Welcome to part 9 of Final Fantasy 15 Roll Edition. First, we're going to try the true story ending, after we beat Arden in part 8.
That was rather reckless.
Where's Noct? Is he all right?
More or less. All thanks to you.
Thank goodness.
Iggy! Where are you?
Be still. Conserve your strength. You've a calling to fulfill.
Not!
Iggy!
As do I. May fortune favor us both. And you as well, Noctis.
Please, forgive me. How are you feeling? Knocked. Perhaps it might be best if we brought our journey to a close.
Why?
It's just that, we've already lost so much. Too much.
Are you kidding me? That's exactly why I have to keep going. Because if I give up now, their sacrifices would have been for nothing. And you of all people. You should know that better than anyone.
The decision is yours to make, and yours alone. But do remember, we will stand with you always, and help you bear your burdens. Don't be afraid to let us share the load. I'll be back.
You know, looking back, it wasn't all bad.
I suppose we had some fun along the way.
And our fair share of trouble, too. But I don't have any regrets. Luna and you guys brought me this far. And now, I'm on my own.
No, you won't be going alone.
No, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't have made it all this way without you guys. Why stop now? In the end, I might not have you at my side, but I'll always have you in my heart. Thanks. Thanks for everything, Iggy.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was how Ignis was blinded. By episode 10, he put on the Ring of Lucius even though he was not of royal blood, and he did it to protect Noct from Arden. This is my final score. I could have done better than this. But still, because of all this, we have friendly match available, which is a fight with Noctis, the hardest fight in the game, Echoverse, the Spell Daggers, and also the new Crown's Guard casual for Ignis, which is where his hair is down and he has no glasses. So on that note, we just finished the normal ending of episode Ignis. Ironically enough, I think this is actually one of two that has two separate endings. The other one being episode Arden. And while we're on the subject of Arden and the alternate ending, well, we might as well skip to the part where we're about to choose that ending now, since we've beaten the game. And normally, if you have this first player, the first time playing, you wouldn't be able to choose what you're about to choose. Just go for play along, and then you can continue.
Where are we?
Oh, you have to ask? Why, Ignorus Keep, of course. Otherwise known as the current residence of your precious crystal. Have I piqued your curiosity? You must have so many questions. Seek the answers yourself, if you dare.
Alright, and we're in Zenigata's Keep. Now, in Zenigata's Keep, this was where Noctis and Gladio and Ignis had to fight off a lot of demons in order for them to get to Prompto. Here, Ignis was just brought here by Arden, playing along with his scheme, and primarily brought him here on purpose to show him one thing and one thing only, and that is the Crystal of Lucius. The whole point is, Arden was literally playing both the Empire and Lucius for his own gains. I mean, Lucius was pretty much going to be eliminated under Arden's wing, but the Empire was an ends to a mean, and that's basically what the whole plot is.
Blessed was the man born for the throne, yet he, so impure of heart, was denied by the stone and cast into ignominy. Feeding on the dusk and embracing the darkness, he spurned the dawn, affecting a life untouched by time. And through the coming of night eternal, He now seeks to exact vengeance upon his own blood.
Vengeance upon his own blood. Is that why he's after Noct?
The stone, chrysalis to the soul of our star, cradle to the king, destined to serve as vessel of its light. Gods and men alike awaited the coming of the chosen as they fought to fend off darkness' blight. For he and he alone would possess the power to purge our star of its scourge.
And Noct really must be the chosen king after all.
So, we could pick up items too now that we're in the second part of this. Unfortunately, there aren't any items that's going to be lying around too much. This is basically a very short section. The only reason that it would be long is because of the boss battle coming up later. But for right now, we're just out killing every single enemy that comes my way. I think I killed them all. Good. I'm pretty sure there was one other group of demons that I had to run into, or I can just simply go to the elevator. Oh right, forgot elixir. Just pick up every single dropped item. You'll be fine. Well, sort of. It all depends on how you approach the final level of the game. So, well, the final level of this stage, that's what I meant to say, not the level of the game. My bad, sorry, that ain't gonna be until like several parts from now. But whatever the case, let's get into the elevator. And while we're in the elevator, Ignis will finally know Noct's true destiny.
Once the sacred ring is replete with power, the true king will complete his ascension. Only then can he banish the blight upon our star. By the power of the light alone is the chosen king made manifest. With the glaive of kings, the stone of legend, and the ring of light in hand, the chosen's power will surpass that of even the gods themselves. By that self-same power, with the true king as its vessel, the darkness shall be purged from our star, and dawn shall return to our world once more.
This is it. Why are you after Noct? For revenge?
In a sense, yes. But my aims extend beyond the boy. He's more of a means to an end. I suppose I never revealed my proper name, so allow me to introduce myself. Lucis Kylo.
The Founder King?
If only. No, that would be my dear brother, who snatched the throne and cast me into exile. I've never been called your majesty before. Would you do me the honor?
My allegiance lies with the true king alone.
Well then, off with your head.
That's right, you're fighting Fanon, who is a very powered up Lucian, mind you. And unfortunately, you don't have the Ring of the Lucii at your disposal just yet.
Yeah.
This is a nigh unwinnable battle, to say the least.
You see, the revenge I seek is not upon the boy. I only wish to punish the crystal that cast me aside in favor of that insufferable fool. He's certainly taking his sweet time ascending as its champion, though. Would there were a way to expedite the process! Oh!
This world means nothing to me. Do with it as you wish.
How did you get your hands on that?
But I refuse to let Noct sacrifice his life to save ours. I won't let you take him away. Even if it costs my own life to save him. I will pay that price!
Take care not to hurt yourself.
Alright, now it's time for round 2 with Arden. In this area, you have the Ring of the Lucii. You can do some serious damage to Arden now. However, Arden's sight, his Kinglaive, his magics, they can do some damage to you. You'll be finding yourself consuming a lot of items. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's not like you're going to be able to find health items like you were in their first encounter, when you literally have to fight back. There was like 2 Phoenix Downs right in the fight with Arden, but unfortunately, unlike that, there's nothing here. And if you play this on normal, you have to watch what you do, because Arden will kill you if you're not careful. As a matter of fact, all the rolling I'm doing is actually what you're supposed to do on either difficulty. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Ooh, so long as you don't get hit. Because there's sometimes when you get hit, and then there's that. And sometimes you're gonna get hit. While you're invincible, you can just heal yourself. But at the same time, that move he just did was instant kill. And God forbid if you're in danger. So you had to use a potion in order for you to continue. Not to mention get this cutscene. So you can only risk your life 3 times. And after that, you're going to be forced to sacrifice it. Now, give up is basically what it is. Give up. You give up, you die, that's it, game over, and the ring kills you. So you're better off trying to do as much damage as you can by risking your life. And then, if it comes down to it, you sacrifice it. Which will do the most damage to Arden. However, you'll be under a time limit. You're still under a time limit now. Oh, and funny thing, if you ate any... Actually, you won't be able to eat any buffs. Okay, let's try this again. That sounded really stupid. You won't be able to camp to get any buffs for this. And whatever items you had before you came to this area, that's what you got. So collect everything, because if you don't, you will be screwed. At least you have an elixir that you can use, or at least 2 of them at the start of this. And Arden is still being burnt alive, and that's good. Slow him down with flames. However, there's just one more problem. I just risked my life twice, and more importantly, the Upload Studio decides to be, well, Upload Studio. Oh, don't worry about that. You'll probably see come... If you haven't already saw by Wednesday, you will see by now that I basically got something fantastic. My computer finally came in, and by God, Persona 4 Golden will be playing crisper from here on in, and this will probably be the last time I will ever rely on the Xbox Live Upload Studio. Because if push comes to shove, and if I get my way, all I'll be doing is not relying on that, and instead relying on Pile and my new computer to do some serious recording and probably make crystal clear recordings for me. But for the time being, I am kicking Arden's ass, and I have not gotten to the point where I have to sacrifice just yet. I've hit him hard enough, but he's gonna sacrifice. Oh God. He's still on fire too. And by the way, Arden will still stomp you. You have to be careful. So we just need to chop him down just a little bit, and we've got him down at a halfway point. Just a little bit more, and we'll... not a little bit more, just a heck of a lot. Oh! God damn it. Oh well. We'll just have to give ourselves another potion. And now, it's time to come up with a better recipe. The final recipe! Arden must taste test this. And he will like it. Not like he has a choice anyway. So with that said, I sacrifice my life for this final recipe. And this is when Ignis will actually be able to do some serious damage to Arden. Now, while the time he is in this state, and I do mean time because remember, we're under a 3-minute time limit. No, 4-minute time limit. While he's in this state, clairvoyance is all but infinite, and more importantly, he will do critical damage every single blow. Look at the amount of damage he's doing! Shit is like ridiculous. He's breaking damage limit, people. Look at this madness. 12, 13,000. He is breaking damage, and Arden is all but dead. That is it, folks. We just completed episode Ignis. And with that said, and thanks to the final recipe, sit back, enjoy the cutscene, and I got a C because of the fact that I got my ass kicked a couple of times. Oh well, enjoy the cutscene.
The best laid plans, eh? It may have eluded me for now, but rest assured, I shall have my revenge.
Ignis!
Knocked. But how?
Ravis. He lent us a hand, if you can believe it.
What the hell were you thinking?
How could we let this happen? How could I let this happen? This is all my fault.
No.
If I'm really some kind of savior, why can't I save the ones I love? I'm sorry. You guys have stayed with me this whole time, and all it's done is caused you pain. Not anymore. All that ends now. Please! Lend me your strength! Help me! Protect my friends!
Listen well. A king cannot lead by standing still. A king pushes onward always, accepting the consequences and never looking back.
And that's the end of episode Ignis. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, episode Ignis is arguably my favorite one out of the 4. Quite frankly, because of the fact that you have an alternate ending, which will be coming up after this cutscene. More importantly, Ignis makes the ultimate sacrifice. Difficulty is a thing. Ravis and Arden are truly difficult, even on easy. So, yeah, it doesn't matter how you change it. The only thing that matters is if you have more items or not. But at the end of the day, Ignis happens to be the better of the 4. Because of the fact that it left open to interpretation of how Noctis's reign came to an end at the end of the story, like more along the lines of if he survived rather than, well, him dying in the story. There's just so many things that Tabata could have worked with due to the fact of episode Ignis, which is why everybody loved this one so much. And more importantly, we wanted to see exactly how far this episode's content would have took us, provided Luminous Studio hadn't did what they did. But Team Ignis did a really good job on this. And not just that, we have another cutscene following this cutscene.
It's been a long road, but at last we've arrived.
Yeah. Prompto. Gladio. Iggy.
For 10 years, Everything we've done was in preparation for this day.
And today, we finish it.
Right.
Today, we walk tall together.
Ah, god damn it, Upload Studio. It's only a matter of time. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I just need to get my setup ready, and I won't have to rely on Upload Studio ever again. Thank the fucking gods. Because yes, my computer can actually record past 60 frames per second. My new one. My old laptop is going to be basically used for the Xbox 360 and all the other games that I have. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, episode Ignis comes to a close. Ironically enough, there's more. However, this isn't a voiced cutscene, so with that said, everything you saw just recently with Ignis and still having his eyesight, and Noctis still being around, and Ravis having a 5 o'clock shadow, that's basically a what if. And Tabata put this in here to tease the fact that there would have been a way for them to be an actual happy ending, where Noctis and Lunafreya could possibly come, or should I say Noctis would come together. I mean, he would actually make a way for Lunafreya to come in through convolution or something like that. But at the end of the day, episode Ignis was definitely the best of the four. That is until we get to Arden. At the end of the day, we've got a C, but that's alright. Everything is done with episode Ignis. And because we beat both the chapter and we've beaten the actual game, we can now go to those stores. One of them is a glasses shop, but the most important one happened to be where we actually start episode Ignis. But first, beforehand, we have to get to the cutscene and all that good jazz. So, yeah. We have to start, and this is actually the new splash screen where Ignis is posing in his crowns, in his King's Guard, or let's say Crown's Guard outfits, and he has no glasses on. So yes. And in order for me to actually start this, no, you idiot, no! Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that, I had to restart episode Ignis, and in order for me to get the items we need, specifically the most important one, you had to go back where we had to swim before in order for us to start. So what you have to do is sell all the items and treasures that you find throughout the game. While the treasures respawn, guess what? Okay, the treasures only respawn every time you restart the new game. Once you get them, that's it. So all you need to do is get the knife, the cutting board, and the commemorative plate, and you get yourself a quick recipe. The tactical art quick recipe is a random tactical art, as in sometimes it'll give you good stats, sometimes it'll give you bad stats. I mean, does it work for bosses? I think it does, but it'll work negatively sometimes. Sometimes it'll work positively, but among the stats it'll give you is critical. But whatever the case, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys next time. And speaking of hindrances, we're going to play episode Prompto in the next part. This is RVMan985. Peace out.